writing has been changing for centuries, but for us has been changing even faster. And I know that some of you, like me, we start writing with this, and now it's obsolete. And now we have ChatGTP that is making a lot of the things that our style of writing and teaching obsolete. But I'm going to tell you that there is other sides of ChatGTP that make our classroom and our work environment hopefully more inclusive. I know that all of us were asking this question: how can we create a more inclusive environment? And I find that ChatGTP could be a good tool to do that. So people like me that are not native speakers, we struggle a lot trying to write and trying to look that everything looks like English. No matter how much we try, there is a point that there is not that we cannot improve that anymore. But also, when we talk about accessibility issues, we create ramps for people in wheelchairs, or we have so many tools. But people with invisible disabilities, it's more difficult to create those tools. So, for example, I have some degree of dyslexia that is difficult to understand, but to deny my dyslexia, I feel every time that I try to deny it, I feel like I am like this guy. And ChatGTP has been so useful. Even if I write something in Spanish, I will use ChatGTP because I forget. I change the order of words, or I forget for some reason when I read. I don't I forget to write no. Yeah, so I change completely the meaning. And ChatGTP for English or for Spanish for me has been very useful. So now I'm going to show you a few tools that I have been using. I find that this is useful not for me for writing, but for the people that receive the emails, just to say correct the grammar of this email. Sometimes it does a good job, sometimes it doesn't do a good job, and I still feel that it sounds like it's Spanish that you translate the word. So sometimes I can just, for example, rephrase this email. Sometimes it work well, sometimes I feel like talking like in the 17th century and I have an inquiry, Mr. It sounds weird. Dear madam, yeah, is adequate. I have also tried to use, what about if you try to rephrase this email using casual language and you go to the opposite extreme, that is too casual, that I will be like, I don't know, I will say, bro, what's up? And if my wife doesn't like it, they say, like, don't write those emails, don't use that one. That is even worse. But the main idea is that this could be very useful, not only again for me, for the writer, but also for the people that is receiving the email, because they don't have to figure out what I am trying to do. This could be useful. And for longer writing, not only emails, but for essays and things, could be also useful. So very quick, I will tell you what we do an international student or somebody that is not native speaker to write. So to write long things, all of us, we do something like that. We have to pre-writing, writing, revising, editing, and publishing. Yeah. So for an international person, or a non-native speaker, generally we have to do this twice or three times. Yeah. We generally have an editor, my case, my wife, that they will be sometimes very upset with with us. The first time they read it to try to understand the ideas. The second time they try to correct the style and grammar. Yeah, and this can be several rounds. So for the students, this could be expensive or very time consuming. ChatGTP can speed up this thing, so you can make it quicker. However, I'm sure that you have noticed this. If the student is lazy, you still need to revise and edit, even if you use ChatGTP, and you still need to have a fundamental knowledge. So this can be more inclusive for people, non-native speakers and people with disability, but it's still people need to do their work. If not, it will look really bad. So conclusion, I told you that this was the writing has been changing too fast for us. And for educators, this we can just say, let's forget about ChatGTP and let's ban ChatGTP. However, what we are trying to do is prepare our students for the work environment. Yeah, there are many functions of universities, but if we think that saying no to ChatGTP, we will prepare better our students, this is not completely true. It's like saying to everybody has to write in typewriting. Yeah, like they will not be prepared for the work environment. And in the second section, I will talk about some of the tools that I have been trying to help the students to learn how to ChatGTP works and the good things that they can do and also the bad things that they need to be aware so they when they go to the work environment they can be successful and they use it better.